Did you know that the Toltecs were scientists and artists that created a society with the intent of exploring and retaining the spiritual knowledge and practices of the ancient ones? The masters, better known as Naguals, and their students gathered around Teotihuacan. It's a place that came to be known as the place where men became gods. Why was that? What made the Toltecs and Teotihuacan so special? Over thousands of years, the Nagual were forced to conceal the ancestral wisdom in obscurity, and eventually only a selected few torchbearers held the wisdom for a future unfolding. So many were unprepared to use this wisdom. Some initiates even abused the power they were given for personal gain. European conquest further put a damper on the truths that the Nagual had retained. Though it was veiled in secrecy for hundreds of years, it has passed from one generation to another and finally come to light, and the knowledge of the Toltec is finally returning to the people. Though Toltec is not a religion, it does honor all spiritual masters who have taught on earth. It does embrace spirituality, but is best described as a way of life rather than a spiritual path or religion. The way of the Toltec is the way of happiness and love. A few thousand years ago, there lived an individual studying to become a medicine man, but he felt challenged inside and didn't agree with everything he was being taught. One day, as he rested in a cave, he fell into a deep sleep and dreamed he saw his own body sleeping. In his dream, he left the cave on the night of a full moon, and he could see millions of stars in the clear sky. He felt something happen inside of him that changed him forever. As he looked at his own hands, his own body, he heard his voice announce, "I am made of stars. I am made of light." As he gazed into the night sky, again he realized that it is not the stars that create light, but light that creates the stars. Everything is made of light, and even the space in between is not actually empty. He knew that everything that exists is one living, connected, loving being. And that light is the messenger of life, because light is alive and contains all information. He knew that though made of stars, he himself was not a star, but an intelligence in between the stars, a light in between the stars. The Toltec call the stars the tonal, and the space in between the stars the Nagual. The Toltecs knew that what created the harmony and space between the tonal and the Nagual was life or intent. Without life, the tonal and the Nagual would not exist. Life is the force of the Absolute, the Supreme Creator who creates everything. Everything in existence is a manifestation of the one living being we call God. Everything is God. All human perception is merely light perceiving light, perceiving itself. Matter is a mirror. Everything is a mirror reflecting light and creating images of that light. The world of illusion, the dream, is like smoke that doesn't allow us to see who we really are. Who are you? Really? Just exactly who are you? What are you? Don't you want to know? Doesn't the gnawing question of why you're here beg an answer? The real us is pure love and pure light. Doesn't that resonate with you? It does me. I know more than anything else that that is who and what I am. I know that you are too. And I know that we are absolutely and intrinsically connected as particles of the same source of light and love. Every plant, bird, rock, machine, building, bacteria, and microbe are you and I, and we are them, only manifesting differently in the role that we've been given, but ultimately connected. As the smoke is metaphorically lifting, the realization of the dream and the realization of actual reality is changing my life. When I look at other humans, nature all around me, and all of the myriad of creations, I'm amazed at what I see. I am in everything. You are in everything. Every other person, near or far, every animal, every tree, plant, or algae, in the water, the rain, the clouds, the bright blue sky, the shining rays of light, indeed in all the earth. Life mixes the tonal and the nagual in a billion different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. Just like me, that young man in the cave, all those thousands of years ago, had the exact same realization, and in those few moments comprehended everything. He was excited, and his heart was filled with peace and amazement, and excited to share with his people. But no words would explain it well enough. He tried, though they would not understand, but could definitely see that he had somehow changed. They were witness to something beautiful in his eyes and voice. He no longer had judgments about things or people. In fact, he was no longer like other people, challenged with those impediments. He felt he now understood others very well, though they were unable to understand him. I know exactly how he felt, because I feel that way all the time. Like I have this new world trapped inside of me, but I can't show it or explain it to anybody. Here's to hoping that sensation will soon change, and others' eyes and hearts will see what I see, and glory in the new world we all have the opportunity to see and experience. The strange thing is that his people began to believe that he was an incarnation of God. This made him smile. Well, isn't it true? Aren't we all incarnations of God? This young man said to himself, "It is true. I am God, but you also are God. We are the same, you and I. We are images of light. We are God." But the people would not understand him. In this, he discovered he was a mirror for all the people, a mirror in which he could see himself. We are all mirrors. He saw himself in everyone, but nobody saw him in themselves. That is when he realized that everyone was dreaming. Are you dreaming? Maybe you're waking up and everything is still a little bit fuzzy. Or maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody was dreaming without realizing what they really are. They were unable to see him as themselves because there was a wall of fog or smoke between the mirrors, and this fog was a construct of interpretations of images of light, the dream of humans. He knew he'd soon forget all he had learned, because that is the nature of dreams. He wanted to remember his visions, so he called himself Smoky Mirror, so that he would always know that matter is a mirror, and the smoke in between is what keeps us from knowing what we are. I am the smoky mirror, because I am looking at myself in all of you. But we don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. The smoke is the dream, and the mirror, you, the dreamer. Imagine a young shaman, his face a blend of wisdom and youth, standing before an ancient mirror. The frame of the mirror is ornate, carved from dark wood that has seen centuries pass by. The glass, clouded with the mist of time, reflects not just the physical form, but also the spiritual essence of the shaman. His eyes, deep and knowing, are pools of light that seem to emanate a warm golden glow. They hold a love so profound that it transcends the physical realm, reaching out to touch the souls of his people. The fog in the mirror swirls around his reflection, giving him an ethereal quality, as if he is both there and not, a being of flesh and spirit. The shaman's countenance is serene, his gaze penetrating the veil of mist with an intensity that is both loving and powerful. He stands as a bridge between worlds, a guide for his people, and a vessel of the divine light that shines within him. This image captures the essence of a leader whose love and wisdom envelop his community, guiding them through the fog of uncertainty to a place of clarity and enlightenment. Perhaps it is you, an enlightened master, just now in chrysalis. Could it be? Are you this being of love and light? Time will tell, and may time forever